So I showed these to the guys in my scout troop, and they all thought it was the coolest thing ever. And they all like, oh, that's cool, I'd like one of those, that's awesome. So I was like, well, let me see what I can do. I didn't promise anybody anything, but I'm going to see what I can do. And if you recall, I made that from this. Well, I'm going to try and make some more. And the last time, it was really hard getting this back out. So what I did was I turned a piece of metal on a lathe, put a few little divots in the end of it, circular things, so that I could super glue it to this. And I'm going to use it to press it in. And we're going to try and do it just like we did last time. We're going to do an open face pour. So it's not a casting as much as it's just an open face. Press this into sand. Make another one, press it into sand, and just keep going down. And instead of muffin trays, I'll have little fleur-de-lis Scout logos. Maybe, we'll see. So I'm going to go out and set up the sand and then get a melt going, and we're going to try and see if this works, this part here. If not, we'll have to come up with the second method, because this is all I've got right now, because that was the hardest part, is getting this back out without cracking the sand afterwards. I had to turn it upside down and tap on it and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to try and make a bunch more of these. I'm not sure if we're going to go as thick, but maybe. I liked the way it turned out in the end. It was kind of, the weight was good. If I went as thin as this, there wouldn't have been near as much weight. So we'll get it out there and we'll show you what we got. Alright, I built a little box up here for the sand to go into. And I packed it down the bottom part a little bit, but I haven't packed the top in yet, because I want to be able to use the piece we made to pack the top in. So, for example, we're going to do like this. And I'm not sure, and it's about the same width as it is length, so we'll see how it goes here. I'm going to flatten this out a little bit. This is the hard part. Will this side, as I punched one here, will it affect what I just punched up here? So I'm going to get this flat, kind of level off dirt a little bit. And then before I get too far down, I wonder if I should probably put some parting release on here real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, just to assure an easy removal. It doesn't stick in there anywhere, which is, you know, not like it's going to stick that bad, but you never know. Might pull a piece of sand out that you want. So that's all baby powdered up, talcum powdered up. And I guess let's try this way. I think those points cause the aluminum to want to run that way, so. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, may or may not work, I'm not sure. We're just pressing it. So it cracks around it, and that's what I'm afraid is going to happen the whole way down. So we're going to try a couple and see what we come up with. This is all I did. Yeah, it didn't last. So plan B, that's not going to come out like that. Not really sure how I'm going to get it out now, because I can't really. That's great in getting it in, but it doesn't resolve the issue of getting it back out. And I can't wait to turn this upside down. So now I don't think that's magnetic. So now I got to come up with plan B. Especially if I want to do a bunch of these, right? I got a little bit of a wedge on that side. I need a little more wedge on this side, actually. Head right in the way, probably. Sorry. Don't know if that's any better, but. Kind of what I did last time. I just pushed on each end until it came free. It kind of came out. I got little crumbs and I'll have to get those out. But before I start working too hard on getting the crumbs out of that one, let's see if I can get another one going without messing that one up. I'm working on number 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. I'll give you a shot of me doing it. So when I worked on number 3, I beat it too fast and too hard, and it broke number 1. So I had to go back and redo number 1. But now I'm on number, I redid number 1, I'm on number 4 now. Got 6 of them all lined up. We'll get a melt going. Not going to take very much. We'll pour some aluminum. So I noticed that my lid that I made out of perlite, fire clay, cement, what was the cement I used? It was Portland cement and silica sand. It's starting to fracture all around, so I may chip out the first inch or 2 of that and put in the refractory cement that I used in the rest of it. This isn't holding up as well, and crumbs are starting to fall as I lift and move it and stuff, so I noticed that this time for the first time. This is probably the 10th burn that I've done on this, and some as high as copper. I've melted copper in here. Not successfully, but I did melt it. So, time to do a little repair next time here. I just want to add, if anybody's ever thinking about building one of these, I made mine out of 3-inch to 4-inch in some areas. It's not perfect round. Refractory cement all the way down to just about the bottom. I got 3 inches of not refractory cement in there, the stuff in the lid. And this thing weighs, all this together, weighs about 600 pounds. It's ridiculously heavy. Maybe 500 pounds. I cannot lift it. Me and my son cannot lift it, and he's a pretty big guy. And me and 2 of my sons can lift it. So it takes 3 of us to lift it, which gets really awkward because if you get your hand underneath that thing, it's going to crush your hand when it's coming down. So I strongly suggest not doing the way I did with the 3-inch thick refractory. Do a 2-inch or 1-inch refractory, maybe 2-inch, 1.5 inch, somewhere in there, refractory for the hot face, and do some light material on the outside, whether that be ceramic wool or some kind of perlite mixture or something, or just don't have anything else. It's pretty sturdy. The refractory cement holds up strong, so just a word of advice. Don't try and make one like I did that's 3 to 4 inches thick and 9 inches top to bottom, 10 inches top to bottom. It's just too heavy. I can't even lift the thing. Once it gets going, I generally close the lid all the way past the crucible so that it gets more of a circle. But until it gets going, you can't do that because it doesn't have the heat in there. once the heat's in there and you can see your pot crisp glowing orange, you can close it all the way up, and then the flames are circling so much that they burn off all the extra gas. You can smell, I use propane, you can really smell propane if you don't do it that manner. If you close it right away, you're just going to get a lot of propane escaping and not burning off. So once you close it, you can see I got more of a green flame right now, and that will turn orange as soon as the top gets hot, I guess, generally speaking. But there's no smell of propane right now, so I know I'm burning all the gas off. One thing I didn't do last time was I didn't level off my flask or pattern, and everything ran to one end. So this time I've got a level on there. Just make sure the whole thing is level. That way the aluminum tends to just pool in the spot where you're trying to pour at and doesn't run all the way to one end. So we'll see if this works better than last time. I don't know if the recording worked or not. I started it before I started, but I already poured, so we'll see. Alright. There she is. Open face cast. Not every day you do something like that. I guess unless you're making muffins. Enough to get 1.5 muffins out of that. So we'll pop them out in about 10 minutes. I started to move that one and I got thinking about it. That may not be a good idea. We'll see. Alright, we're going to pop a couple of these out of here. Been about 15 minutes. And they stopped smoking. So let's see what we get. I'm not ready to touch with my bare hand, but I got a screwdriver I'll touch them with. Got some detail there, definitely. I got some detail on that one too. That's the one I moved. I shouldn't have moved it. Let's see what happened. It looks okay. I guess we'll know once I clean that up. That's the one I messed up in the bottom. I'll do a little bit of detail in there. I knew it right as I put it out here. Too bad looking. Okay. Some good detail there. Oh man, that's oil sand stinks and it burns. Good detail there too. This is working out well. I don't think I've had a bad one yet, with the exception of the bottom of that one over here. That one right there, the bottom of that one got a little bit of break in the sand, and I didn't take the time to fix it. I figured I could do a little Dremel work on it maybe. So we'll let them cool the rest of the way, and then we'll get all the sand back in the bin. You can even see those logos. Camera doesn't do a very good job at zooming. I'll just take a picture. It'll be easier for you to see it.